There is arguably no doubt that the Pixel 8, when it releases, will be one of the best value Android phones around. But how does it compare to the standard Android phone that is the Galaxy S23? Let's find out. I've said it many times, but I'll say it once again. I am a big fan of the Pixel 8 design. It's unique, eye-catching, and there's nothing like it in the smartphone market. Samsung, on the other hand, mostly plays it safe with the S23. The design is simple, which for some people might be more appealing than the pizzazz of the Pixel 8. I would, however, still choose the Pixel 8's design over the S23. Display is where both phones are almost neck and neck. While the S23 almost had an edge over the Pixel 8 with its 120Hz display, leaks and rumors wiped it out by reporting the upcoming 120Hz display on the Pixel 8. Where the S23 might still have the lead is in the slimmer bezels as well as the brightness. I would still give it a tie in the display category, as both phones should have a great enough display for most users. Another tie could be in the battery department. The Pixel 8 will have a slightly larger battery as compared to the S23, but I doubt it will be enough to overshadow latter by a long distance. Both phones are also going to charge at a relatively slow speed of 25ish watts, and that's where both phones lose. In the end, it's going to come down to Google Tensor G3. If it overheats, that could be an issue for the Pixel 8. Speaking of Tensor G3, performance on both phones should be snappy. Google's phones always have an advantage of being a tiny bit smoother than Samsung phones, and that should continue with the Pixel 8 as well. Software is subjective, and while One UI has come a long way with its packed features, I still love the Pixel OS more. For me, it's not over the top like One UI and not too lacking like stock Android used to be a few years ago. Also, Pixel 8 has an advantage of getting faster software updates. And if you are still watching this video, I would ask you to support the channel by subscribing. Even though the S23 has a more versatile camera setup with its dedicated telephoto lens, the Pixel 8 with Google's HDR processing and super res zoom should still take the lead over Samsung. For most users though, both cameras should be good enough. Google also has an advantage with its AI features, and there was also a recent leak with Audio Magic Eraser coming to the Pixel 8 series. Video on both phones should be good enough for most people as well. The S23 has the advantage of shooting 8K, but I'm not sure why we need that. Finally, the big advantage Pixel 8 has over the S23 is the pricing. Here in Canada, Pixel 8, if it stays the same price as Pixel 7, would start at $799. That's quite a bit cheaper than the $1,100 price tag of the S23. But the S23 nowadays is usually discounted in most places, bringing its price much closer to the Pixel 8. So if I were to choose between either of these phones, I would choose the Pixel 8. I am a Pixel fanboy, but even if I wasn't, the Pixel series still has that wowness compared to the Samsung. But if I am to admit, both companies need to innovate with their entry-level flagships. Otherwise, Apple will keep taking that share of the pie.